Canada's hunting buddies has decided to go hunting without us. And as a Canadian citizen, I believe that we should have went hunting with them. Now, that's a little cryptic, I understand, but so this is the explanation. Australia, France, UK, and the US are actually hunting down their citizens that are in Syria fighting for ISIS. Canada, on the other hand, says it's okay, they can come back.
Canadian is a Canadian. As quoted, this article was from Mark Bonakowski. I hope I said that right. This was the Calgary Sun, right?
Yep.
The Calgary Sun, and he wrote this article and pretty much saying that like the war is almost over with ISIS.
Yeah,
pretty much, right?
And all foreign-born fighters are coming back to.
They want to come back now.
Yeah.
And the British foreign minister, I think it was, said that pretty much we can't let them back in. We have to take care of it.
Yes.
And by that he means we have to kill them all.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he's like, we can't let these people. And like you said, Australia, the US, and France are all on the same page with Britain saying we can't allow this. But meanwhile, us Canadians, because we're so darn nice, said, no, it's okay. Come on back. You're Canadian. You're good. Just because you have dual nationalities.
No, not even dual citizenship. Some people are just born in like France, UK, Germany. Like Germany is letting these people come back. A bunch of places in Europe, they're just coming back and they're trying to reintegrate into society, and it's like a lot of them aren't reintegrating. When there was an attack in France, and this is the one that was like 130 people died, over 600 people wounded. It was a multi-pronged attack on a stadium, a theater, and some cafes, and a bunch of these people had gone to Syria and come back, or Iraq and come back, and they shot a bunch of people, and and we don't need to have them coming back. It's like during question period in the Canadian Parliament, the official opposition asked the government how many foreign fighters have come back, and they said 60. And it's like, and what are you guys going to do about them? Oh, we have the integration.
We have a close eye on them.
We're going to keep a close eye on them, and we're going to put them in a de-radicalization program. And it's just like...
So we're going to waste taxpayer money on these people who are trying to kill our soldiers?
Yeah, well, first off...
Does that make sense?
First off, they should be charged with treason. Because there are actual laws in the books that state that if you go and fight against Canada or against Canadian allies, you are guilty
of treason.
Well,
isn't that what treason is? When you fight against your own...
okay. Treason is a little bit more nuanced, but there's actually a much newer law that states that if you go against Canada or Canadian allies, you're actually guilty of treason, for lack of a better word. And for the layman, treason. For the much more nuanced other people, there's much more lawfare behind that one, and it's just like. I agree. I think Canada should be hunting these people. We should be doing what we can. We should be buying drones and sending them out and sending little missiles at these people, letting them know that what you did was wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're trying to be nice to these people. I don't understand why we're going, oh, it's okay, come back to us. They're, poor baby, baby, poor baby.
Because... when these people went over there, they were complacent. It's in really bad things that happen. A lot of people out there have probably seen some of the ISIS propaganda videos of the drowning people in cages, lighting people on fire, putting them, beheading them, lining them up beside the beach and cutting the throats and being done with them, or.
There comes a point with people, not just people who are like terrorists. I think there comes a point where even with like murderers, where you can't rehabilitate. There's a point, I think, where it's just you're a detriment to yourself and to everybody around you, and you need to be in a sense, you need to be taken care of. You need to be not like put you in a padded room or a comfy and coddle you. I mean, put you out to pasture and
bury you in the back 40.
You know, yeah. Just be like, okay, you made your choice, you made your life decisions. At some point, you have to be held accountable.
There has to be consequences for your actions. And unfortunately, a lot of people that lean to the left don't think there should be consequences for actions. And being a conservative myself, I learned through some of this research was that as a conservatives believe in consequences for actions and self-responsibility.
Who was that? That said it. Was it Newton?
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Yep. Newton.
You push, there's
going to be pushed back.
Yeah.
And, some people should be given a second chance. But if people are just returning now, only after ISIS has fallen, those people were the hardcore fanatics, and they need to be hunted down. But if somebody... like when this thing started, left and came back within 6 months or something like that, they got cold feet. They realized this is not what they want. Rehabilitate them. But for the people that have stuck it out this long, have been missing for 5 years or 3 years, I think these people have seen it, been a part of it, and
they knew what they were doing. They're at the point where they knew what they were doing. It wasn't just I'm just seeing what's happening. It was I know what I'm doing because of X. Well, I have no idea what their issue is. It's like Trudeau says that they were what we said. There is no question this happened because there is someone who feels completely excluded and completely at war with innocence. I don't even know what that means. What does he feel excluded from? So much that because Jimmy didn't get to play on the playground as a kid when he
Muhammad didn't get to play on the playground as a kid. It's like I'm sorry. Canada is a great nation. As much as the social justice warriors are harping on our past and our colonialism and things like that, we have it pretty good in Canada. And to leave Canada to go and fight for someplace else, I can understand the sense of nationalism. If your parents came from someplace and you want to go there and make it a better place. But
that's like I want to go play for my home country in the Olympics, not I want to go play for my home country in war. You know what I mean? I can understand that.
Okay, in all fairness, there were 2 Canadians that did leave Canada that have no ties to the Middle East and went to go fight for the Kurds. Now, the Kurds are one of the nationalism nations that isn't a nation.
It's like a group.
Yeah, a
like
group.
Nationalists.
Okay, the titles eluded me. My apologies. But the Kurds were fighting against ISIS. They are a group within Iraq that are kind of fighting for independence, but not at the same time. These 2 Canadians, they went over there and they fought with them against ISIS. Now, I get it. Some people have a calling, and this is what their calling is, and they went over there and they fought. And I don't blame them for doing that. And the people that went to go fight for ISIS had the same type of calling. The problem is that what ISIS did, they threw people that were accused of being gay off buildings because they're gay. And in ISIS land, being gay is against the law, right? And these people that went to go fight for ISIS went there, saw this stuff. It's not like they were on the sidelines in some other place being a bureaucrat. They went there to go fight, and they probably in some shape or form had to help us. Like, oh yeah, we know that there's some guy accused of being gay. He's right over there. It's like, okay,
it's time to just get that nuclear weapon out and just blow them all up.
Nuke them until they glow. Nuke them till they're dead, or they glow.
It's weird for me to say that because I hate war. I think war is stupid. I think war is just a money grab, but at the same time, it's like
I find war is a necessary evil in some cases.
It comes to a point, I think, where you just go like, we shouldn't be going into places and taking over just to take over. You know, we will. You know,
Well,
but
okay.
we should be trying
and we haven't really. Canada as a whole,
Canada, the U.S. would
the
die
U.S. has gone over, but they've gone over and they've tried to give the country back to the people. They try to. I know they install governments, but it's not like they went in there and go, okay, you know what? We're Americans. We're in control now. It's like we're Americans. We've taking care of the bad guys. Now take care of yourselves, and well, they just haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, we'll put a government in to help you run on your own. Meanwhile, they're the puppet master. And
well, okay, yeah, okay. Some people will say that, and
I just don't understand like this terror thing. It just boggles my mind about why you kill people. You know, we've talked about it before, and why you kill people for your beliefs, and why. You know, it's like I've never hated another person so much where I want to stab them in the forehead because they believe something. Or they have because they have a different belief than me, or they look at the world differently than I do. So to sit here and it's just
Canada, although we may have a military history, has never been a military country. We've never really fought wars on Canadian soil. You know, we have some skirmishes and stuff like that, but in the grand scheme of things, we've never had anything like the American Civil War in Canada. Even though we've participated in both World War I and World War II, with the Korean War, we've always sent people over to fight and have them come back. Yeah. So we've never been a part of this. So as Canadians, we don't really understand some of this. You know, need to fight. Whereas people in the Middle East, they've been fighting wars for centuries.
Yeah, for as long as they can remember. It's like embedded in their souls. It's like embedded in their way of life.
Yeah, and we just don't understand something like that. And I understand that. And fighting for a cause, I get that. And
I think we need to just, as Canadians, we need to protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to make sure that we're doing what's best for us. And it's not being selfish. It's not... We need to have humanity. We need to have aid.
That's exactly what Trump is saying. We as Americans need to take care of ourselves. We need to protect our borders. We need to stop being the police of the world.
Yeah, like we're not the police of the world.
No.
But we're like we're like the house that leaves our door open and everybody can come in and look in our fridge and eat our food.
Okay.
And
that's very.
And it's like no, we need to close our door. We need to lock it, and we need to make you knock before you come in. And if we don't like you, then you can't come in. I'm sorry.
Or send an invite.
Yeah, we'll invite you to come on over. But if you're like if you've left our country to fight for somebody else and fight against us, then
treason. Like really, we have these laws. Treason. They land, and they should be in handcuffs and taken away and never seen again. And
literally never seen again. Not in a jail, not anywhere. Just
it's one of those things of these people might have been bureaucrats. They might have been pencil pushers.
I don't care. I don't care if you pushed a pencil, and I don't give a shit. You still helped the other side.
People that were guards in Nazi Germany at Auschwitz were still charged with genocide. They were still taken to court. They were still sentenced to life because these people were complacent in everything that happened there. And even as a pencil pusher in ISIS, you still knew what was going on. You know, if you had seen this stuff and realized this isn't right, you could have tried to leave. You could have at least died trying to be something better instead of going, I'm just going to let this happen.
I know that could open another can of whole everything.
But it does.
Are we all supposed to be heroes if we see something going on? Are we supposed to intervene?
That's that's part of what I think Albert Einstein said this, and that evil persists because good people do nothing.
All right, guess we all got to start carrying guns. I guess I'm gonna be an American now. We all got to have guns and
it doesn't
shoot everybody.
Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to carry a gun, but if you see something bad happen, step in. If there's a weapon involved, call the police right away. Don't wait, right? Don't just walk away and turn around. It's like, I'm not part of this. right? You know, because a lot of people's mentality is head down, eyes closed.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it's because a lot of people have the mentality of, well, if I call the cops, I'm involved now. And what if it's then it affects me and it could affect my family and it could have a negative. What if it's some big gang thing and fuck, I end up dead? And it's like.
There's a lot of nuance to a lot of things, right?
This world is really. This whole thing, I just read the article, and to me it baffles my mind that our leader, I'll use that term loosely, because no politician in my eyes is a leader.
Well, some are. Yes.
Says that a Canadian is a Canadian no matter what you do. Okay, well, I'm gonna go murder 75 people, and I'm still Canadian. Hey, Trudeau, I can just come on back, and you'll be okay with me.
Yeah, well, that's what Trudeau is saying. Is okay to
in
go,
a sense, yeah.
Go someplace else, kill people, and come back. Totally okay with it.
What is wrong with this world?
And as I said, I'm with the UK, Australia, France, and the US. We should kill these people before they become a problem when they get home.
Yeah, I'm slowly changing my mind. You know, I thought before maybe we could, all live in a kumbaya world.
And yes,
but I think there's a point where kumbaya ends.
And kumbaya is a necessary thing that needs to be done in some cases.
I think kumbaya can be applied to stuff like religion. Well, not kind of like sexuality. Some beliefs. I think, but I think there's a line where the kumbaya, you go, okay, you're not kumbaya anymore. You're crazy. You've crossed that. You've crossed the line of no return.
Yeah.
You are beyond help. We're gonna older you. You have no use to society anymore. You're not here for the good of us. You're here for the good of yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what ISIS is. It seems like they're not there for the good of everybody. They're the good for themselves. And it's like we need to, unfortunately, we need to be better than that. Yep. And be beyond our belief and be like, okay, yes, you don't believe what I believe, but I can live beside you because your life isn't worth the same amount as mine.
Yeah. And
we don't have to be friends, but...
No, I don't have to agree with what you say, but I just have to fight for your right to say it.
That's right.
So...
That's right. It doesn't mean there's not going to be consequences to to what I say and what I do, but...
And that's what the law is for. That's why we have our laws. So there we go. That's how we're going to end this week with something very heavy.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
It is, and this is the reason why I wanted to bring it up. It's like, I agree that these people need to be taken care of. Well, they can be taken care of because they probably are going to be much worse problems.
I wouldn't follow Justin Trudeau to a goddamn convenience store.
Lots of people follow him into a mall, though. Yeah. Celebrity, yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining us. You can subscribe and listen to us on podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube, all in our shiny HD glory that we apparently supposed to have now. So let's see if it works. And comments below.
Comments below on what you guys think about. If you're Canadian, what do you think about our leader? And what are your opinions? Are you going hunting, or are you just gonna sit back and?
Should we go hunting, or should we just not go hunting?
Are you going to be a vegan, or are you going to be a meat eater? Have a great one, guys.
See ya.